Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, and here on this channel, we're all about real makeup for real life and real people. As you can see by the title, today I am ranking all of my Project Pan makeup. And even better than that, I am collaborating with one of my beautiful bestest friends here on YouTube, and that is Angela. Her channel is Beauty and Life with Angela, and I will have her as well as her video linked down below. This was her idea. I don't know if she saw someone else do it or she came up with it on her own, but she very generously asked me to join her in on this one, and I'm so glad I did because this was really kind of fun. How I am doing this ranking today is number one, based on how I feel about the product itself, its performance, the color, my preferences, etc. And number two, how I feel about panning it, how excited I am to be panning that product. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into it. I am doing 3 projects this year. First and foremost, my project with my girl Angela from Beauty and Life with Angela is hashtag 21 pans in 2021. We are trying to hit shiny pan on 21 products this year. I have 6 pans, I think. And then the other 2 projects that I'm doing hashtag Partners in Cream 2021, as well as Monochromatic Project Pan 2021. Monochromatic is based month to month on a different color, so I'll be ranking those products separately at the end, and I'll be ranking the products from 21 pans in 2021 and Partners in Cream right now. So I do have 19. That number blew me away a little bit. 19 products in the 2 project pans. And coming in at number 19 is actually a product I put in fairly recently. It's the Jouer Rose Gold Mini Blush Duo. There are 2 shades in here. This one I have on over a cream blush today, and it's just not a good color for me. I just don't love that. I don't know. This one is really pretty, and I didn't realize until I started working on this product that this is actually kind of a glowy blush, which I am really into right now. And so I definitely used this shade a little bit more and more excited to use that. However, overall, I think I made a mistake putting this into my project. I don't think there's any chance in Hades that I am going to hit pan on one of these this year. So it may be that I roll this out coming up soon, and I do have another powder blush already in a project, so we'll see. Number 18 is my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I have a goal to use this 20 times. I just want to get more use out of it. And the reason it falls down where it does is because I really don't care about primers, which is why I put this in the project, to kind of get some use out of it, see if I'm gonna keep it, declutter it, whatever. I don't feel like I need primer a lot of the time unless I really, really need my makeup to last all day, or I want a really glowy base, something like that. Number 17, again, a utilitarian product that just really doesn't trip my trigger, is my single shadow from Beauty Junkees in the shade Vanilla Freeze. I use this to set my eyeshadow primer. It works really well for that. I do like it for a brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight. But again, my motor just doesn't run for a vanilla single shadow, so that puppy falls down in the bottom. Same reason for this one. Number 16 is my number 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Setting Powder, Finishing Powder rather, in the shade Light. I love this powder. It is one that I really, really love, but I use this to set my eyes most days. I didn't set anything today, but it just, you know, it's slow going. It's not interesting or anything like that. It's just something that I reach for on a daily basis to set under my eyes. Coming in at number 15 is again a product that isn't very exciting to me, and that is my Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. I have the shade Medium Light. This product is discontinued, which is part of why I'm working on using it up. I also want to use it up before it goes bad. And I've had this for quite some time. This used to be one of my favorite foundations. It's kind of like a matter version of a BB cream. And so I do like this product. However, right now, again, it really isn't that interesting to me because I'm not wearing a ton of foundation. I'm mostly wearing foundation on the days when I'm filming, and then I'm wearing just concealer and spot concealing on the days where I apply makeup when I'm not filming. Number 14 is the other foundation that I'm working on panning right now. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation in the shade 3N. The only time I can wear this is right now. So that is why I went ahead and rolled it into Partners in Cream, because I do want to use this up. I don't want this to sit in my collection until next year. So I did go ahead and put this in Partners in Cream, and spoiler alert, I did order this foundation in the full size in a different shade. I do really love this foundation. It's what I'm wearing today. And the interesting thing is that I don't feel like I have to set this one. And I think it's because of face and body foundation. It really sets down and I don't feel like it moves too much throughout the day, even on my oily skin. So I do love this, but again, I just don't get that excited about foundation. I like colored face products, eyeshadow, lip products, all those goodies. Number 13 is the other single eyeshadow that I'm working on panning right now. This is Beauty Junkees Tiki Shed, and I really like the color. I'll swatch it for you since it does have a color to it versus, not on top of the blush, versus the vanilla shade. It's a nice, warm, sort of standard crease and or transition shade. I've worn it all over the lid as well. I'm very excited to hit pan on a single shadow. My single shadow collection is quite new. I just started collecting them the end of 2020. And so I have them in this magnetic palette from Tarte, and I use the vanilla one every day, but oddly enough, I seem to be making more progress on Tiki Shed, which I don't use every day. Number 12 is a product that I know will be in my project in Partners in Cream for the duration of the year. But I don't mind because I'm getting use out of this product and it wasn't being used regularly before, and that is my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now, it wasn't getting used before, not because I don't like it. I love this, but mostly because if it's in my storage back here, it's not in a Shop My Stash, I'm not panning it, etc., it may be a long time before it gets used. But in this project, I have now used it over 20 times, and I think that's an amazing amount of progress. It's an amazing amount of using this product for the first half of the year, and I think I will use it more and more as the weather cools off a little bit. We go from the end of summer right into fall weather here in Colorado, and so once it's not so hot here, I can see myself using this a lot more. I just am not wanting to wear a ton of layers on my skin right now, but I love this product and I'm so glad that I have it in a project this year. Now, Angela and I did decide that if we were going to rank any eyeshadows or palettes, that we would be ranking the shades that we're working on individually within a palette. So one palette that I'm working on currently is my ABH Soft Glam palette. Now, I'm only ranking one shade today, and that is this shade Rose Pink, and that is because that's the only one I've decided for sure that I'm shooting to hit pan on. You can probably see I'm getting pretty darn close. I really like the shade, but I also picked it because it was one of the shades that had the most usage on it, and so I thought, you know, it would be nice to work on hitting pan. I do love these two mattes right here, and I may work on one of those. I'm also pretty close to hitting pan in Tempera, and at this point, I just want my 21 pans for the year, so I love this palette. I like the shade Rose Pink, and it does come in at number 11. Number 10, lip product, and it is my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Sweet Mouth. This is very close to being done. I did go ahead and finally manage to remove the stopper this morning, And whatever I can get from the bottom of the packaging, I'm going to get, and then I'm going to call it a day. I do like to use these up as much as possible, so I might end up taking my little like depotting tool or something like that to stick in there and try and scrape the product up closer to the top of the packaging. That way I can get that product. But I like this enough to pan it, and I've really enjoyed panning it, and I'm darn close to finishing it. I finished a lot of lip gloss this year. And then oddly enough, my other lip product comes in at number 9, and that is my MAC Matte Mini lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy. I do really like this shade. It is a nice nude for me. It's not gotten as much use as I would have liked, simply because I'm reaching for lip gloss. Today I'm wearing lip gloss. It probably just looks like nothing on my lips. I think my lip liner has kind of worn away, but I do love this. I do want to try it as a cream blush. I think that would be a lovely way to work on this, as well as I know myself, and I know that once I'm wearing more makeup during the fall and the winter time, that I will use lipstick more, and I love this nude, so it should be no problem. Number 8 is my Basic Beauty Jelly Blush in the shade It's October 3rd. It's very, very similar to a ColourPop Super Shock blush, and it's very similar in shade, albeit a little bit cooler tone than ColourPop Between the Sheets, which is one of my all-time favorite blushes. And that was why I had rolled this in. I didn't feel the need to have a duplicate. I also, you know, this is a mini, so I felt like I should be able to finish this up. And it is my goal, if you haven't heard, that I would like to finish one product from every single category in my collection this year in 2021. So I'm hoping this will be the blush that I finish up, because I've been putting a lot of time and effort into this one. And it is a really pretty shade. And when I'm project panning, I really enjoy using like a cream blush followed by a powder blush. So this one does layer beautifully under other blushes, and you know, slow and steady. Number 7 is a product that is hopefully almost gone. I had a big air bubble this morning before I could get any product out, and that is my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. You know, less and less product all the time. I love this product. This was the product that as soon as I put it into a project, I was like, yes, I should pan things that I love, especially if they're expensive and they're creams. So this is in my Partners in Cream project. My goal is to finish it up, and then I'd like to move on to another cream bronzer. Earlier this year, I hit pan on the Fenty cream bronzer, and I just felt a great sense of accomplishment that I'm using these cream products that tend to go bad more quickly. Number 6, definitely a favorite blush in my collection and an absolute joy to pan, is my MAC Glow Play blush in the shade So Natural. My goal is to hit pan, and again, this is a blush that really layers beautifully under other colors. It's this one right here. It's just a beautiful nude blush. It's one of my favorites. I wanted to get more use out of it, give myself an excuse to use it as much as I want, so to speak. And so I really love this. I love the texture. I love how it layers under other blushes. If I'm having a real kind of almost no makeup kind of day, I frequently will take this and then apply it to my cheeks, but also kind of bring it up around the forehead a little bit, because it's this beautiful nude blush. It kind of works for all of the steps. It has like a nice sheen to it, and so it kind of works for blush, bronzer, highlight. It warms up the skin beautifully, and so I do reach for it a lot for that reason. And then I just throw on some mascara and a lip and call it a day. But there is still one blush, albeit it hurts my heart to say it, that beats out the MAC Glow Play blush. So coming in at number 5 is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Mini Blush in the shade Mood Exposure. I'm definitely not a big fan of Hourglass and their inclusivity issues. especially as of late, and I'm not a big supporter of the brand, but I love this blush. I have loved this blush for years. I'm pretty sure this and then the Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffused Light were my very first Hourglass products. And this one, I am getting ever closer to hitting pan down in this corner here. That is my goal. And this is another one. It's a beautiful nude. It's really hard to see on camera, but I'll see if I could get a swatch for you. See how light it looks? It looks like it would do nothing on my skin, but right here, right above my watch, it actually does. And it looks kind of plummy and whatnot in the pan, but when it's all swirled together, it's a very nude kind of blush. So it layers beautifully over the MAC blush, it layers beautifully over the Basic Beauty pink blush, and any other cream blush that I might want to put it over, or on its own, of course. Coming in at number 4 is a product that I put in most recently into my 21 pans in 2021. I rolled out the Balm Take Home the Bronze in the shade Oliver. It had hard pan. I wasn't making very good progress, so I wanted to roll in another matte bronzer. And honestly, one product that I've been dying to pan for a long time was this one. It is my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I just remember purchasing this and how much I loved it, and just thinking, oh, I'm going to use this for special and things like that. Don't keep your makeup for special occasions. Just wear your makeup. If by some miracle you end up completely using a product up, you can repurchase it. It will be okay, unless it's discontinued, in which case I'm sorry about your luck. But I'm just working on the contour shade in here. I have the fair to medium shade. If I hit accidental pan on this highlighter, I would be thrilled. I do really like this highlighter, but I also have 2 other highlighters that I'm working on. So that is number 4. One highlight that I was very keen to put into a project this year, and I finally did about a month ago, is my ColourPop Super Shock highlight in the shade Lunch Money. My goal is to hit pan in this sweet little baby right here. It is such a beautiful gold. This is the highlight that I have on today. It's an odd place to swatch, but it is such a beautiful shade, and I just love this highlight. I wanted to put sort of a cream highlight into a project and start working through those besides just my Charlotte Tilbury, and so I went ahead and put this one in, and I love it. It's one of my favorite inner corner highlights. It's just stunning. Number 2 is probably where it is in the ranking because of how excited I am not only to be panning this product, but for how much success I'm having in panning this product finally, and that is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer in the shade Park of Princess. I have a large amount of pan, and it gets thinner and thinner around here every single day. I do have this on over the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury today, and I do love this to layer over other bronzers. I love it to layer over a matte powder bronzer, over cream bronzers, etc. Or by itself. I just build it up a little bit, but I just am not only so excited to be using this because it is a beautiful bronzer, but I'm also just giddy at the progress that I can see every single week on this product, and this is the bronzer that I'm hoping to finish for the year of 2021. And then there was number 1. Let me know down below if you guessed what my number 1 product is by now, if you follow my Project Pan series. I also did a video trying to dupe this product because I don't want it to entirely leave my collection. But without any further ado, it is my BECCA Mini Opal Highlighter. To be technical, it is the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Opal. And I had previously hit pan on this prior to putting it in a project this year, and now I would like to finish it, and I am just absolutely in love with this. Like I said, I did do a video where I tried to dupe this highlighter from existing highlighters in my collection. So if you want to check that out, I'll have it linked down below. It was a lot of fun. And of course, let me know if there's any other products that you must have me dupe. This one comes in at number 1 just because of the pure joy that I have in reaching for this. And again, for the same reason as the Tarte bronzer, I just get such a kick out of seeing myself make progress with this highlighter. So I'm very happy to have it in a project this year. It's definitely my number 1 favorite product to reach for. I love it so much. I also wanted to mention that there's probably a couple of products you might have noticed are missing, since if you're watching my Project Pan updates regularly, and if that is the case, it's because I have met goals since then, and so I didn't want to address them or spoil any future updates in this video. So now let's get into my monochromatic products for the month of July. So for July, in the monochromatic Project Pan, the color is blue, and I actually love blue. So this was a really fun month to pull products to work on that either had blue packaging or were actually blue products themselves. I always put 5 products into monochromatic Project Pan every month. Why is this sticky? Hold please. I don't know why that was sticky. I don't know if it's going bad, but coming in at number 5 is this little mini or sample size of the Tom Ford lip color in the shade True Coral. The packaging is a deep navy blue. That's why I put it in this month. And this is the lipstick. And for some unknown reason, I have a really hard time letting go of this lipstick. And yet, I put it in this month with the intention of only using it twice. Once on my lips and once on my cheeks to see if I want to keep it. I don't tend to wear it as a lipstick very much, and so I'm curious if I would like it as a blush. Have I done that yet? No, and it is the 14th when I'm filming this. So hopefully I will still get some use out of this. Although the stickiness, I did have like a gloss leak in one of my lip drawers at some point, and I know this one was affected, so I don't know if that's what the sticky issue is, but holy moly. Doesn't make me want to reach for it anymore either. You know, that's why that one falls where it does. It's just, I don't know if it's just not my color or if I just haven't found the right coral yet. It's so beautiful and it's so bougie that I guess that's probably why I have trouble getting rid of it, but yet I'm not using it. So I need to get my poop in a group. Number 4, again, utilitarian product. Say it with me. And that is my Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. I do really love this primer. I was very lucky to have a friend send me this one because I had previously panned mine. It's such a pretty luminizer primer, I guess. It's really beautiful, and I do really enjoy it. I look forward to using it more. I'm not really reaching for it much this month. I think I had the goal to use it 3 to 5 times. I can't recall, but I'm not reaching for it because I'm not reaching for any primer because I don't want layers of product on my face. Number 3 is a blush. Again, blue packaging. This is the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Triple Defense Multicolor Stick in the shade Soft Pink. This was a Jessica Braun that made me buy it. This is the blush that I'm wearing underneath the Jouer blush that I have on today. It does smell really nice to me, but it is a strong smell, so I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like that. But it's a really nice texture. I don't know, there's something about this that I really, really love, and I'm so glad to have put it into monochromatic this month because I've been wanting to have it in a project, but I don't necessarily want to like finish it or use half or anything. The last 2 are palettes. Coming in at number 2, surprisingly, is my ABH Moonchild Highlighting Palette. in June, I had such a blast playing with these colors, inner corner, highlighting shades on the lid, never on the face, but I love these shades. This was a beautiful gift from my girl Angela, and my goal this month is to use each of the shades one time. I believe the only ones I have left to use are the silver and the green. So I don't know, I guess I got my fill of this in June because I haven't been necessarily reaching for it a lot in July. But one thing I have been reaching for like constantly is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. I started putting in a palette every month into monochromatic that applies to the color of the month, and then I have the goal to do a 2 looks video with it. So I did do a 2 looks video with this. I believe you would have seen that earlier this week, and I just can't even stand how beautiful this palette is. You can definitely go neutral if you want. This shade down here called Fluffy is like the most perfect transition shade for my skin tone. I'm really tempted to roll this in and pan this, or you know, work on hitting pan. There are some absolutely stunning shades in here. So here are a couple of the shades. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go with this palette besides just blue, and I did make sure to cover that in my video. So if it's up, I'll link it for you in case you missed it. But this is stunning. I love this palette so much. It was a really big win for me from BH Cosmetics, as they typically are, and that's why it comes in at number 1. That is all I have for you today. As if that was a short amount, that was probably a really long video, and I apologize if that's not your jam. But please make sure you go check out Angela's channel and her video. If you're not familiar with her, you will love her. She does a lot of drugstore content, foundation reviews, and wear tests, and all kinds of fun shenanigans over on her channel. So make sure you check her out when you leave this video. And if you're here from Angela's channel, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing before you leave if you liked the video today, and then you can find the rest of my videos more easily. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.